the game industry is in shatters.
I don't like the whole like we can make games more efficiency angle to the conversation, even if it's this different side of the same coin. What I've been realizing in the journey, including talking to each of you fine gentlemen, is that the game industry came from the people who I have recently started describing as like the Renaissance men and women that created the industry. Like they're not just technologists, they're not just designers, they're not just artists. Everyone is a little bit of different parts of that. And as game development has gotten more difficult and larger scope with larger teams, I've started feeling, even for myself, that the ability for an individual person or a small group of people to create a lot has been diminished over time. The way I like to think about it in the way that it starts to get exciting for me is like, what if we could hand more of the power back to these Renaissance men and women that bootstrap the game industry as was? Like, very abstract still. And I'm not saying anything concrete about what we're doing, but just that notion feels very exciting to me.
I feel like this is very in line with the. So one of the again, this is summer 2025. The game industry is in shatters, and everybody is like, maybe I should just go indie, right? All of these people are getting laid off, and it seems to me like the consumer appetite for big AAA games has dwindled. At the same time, where like, a lot of people are.
Well, hang on, I'm gonna make you guys answer like what makes you most excited because like I know, but I want everyone else to hear. I think this is a thing that is actually really important to hang on for a moment because like it's really important to remember in these discussions that we're not talking about anything that has a binary truth.
Yeah.
More than one thing can be true, right? And so like if you just look at like I should relook at the data. I'm about to say something I'm not totally sure I can prove, but my intuition from previous data suggests that I don't think the amount of interest in playing AAA games in terms of pure hours spent is necessarily falling off a cliff. It may be more static or not growing as fast, but it's not fewer overall minutes of interest. There are other things that create problems. For example, this one I do know is true, it's sort of famously true, but like, Spider-Man 2, great game. I played it all the way through. I finished the story. It's kind of crazy that at the time I read this news, which is about a year ago now, like it's the best-selling game on PS5, but yet because of the cost to make it, they're like the best they can hope for is barely break even. That's something feels not awesome there. But all I'm pointing out is that while there's some truth there, I don't know that the world just becomes black and white, all of one thing and another, right? Like people will still play AAA games. That will just, my opinion is that will just happen. And there's a great reason for all that to exist.